The lights of the music industry never sleep, and neither do its rivalries. What started years ago as two powerful women claiming their place in hip-hop has now turned into a war that nobody saw coming. This time, things have gone so far that Nicki Minaj herself may have set off her own downfall. And when fans saw her latest move to destroy Cardi B completely backfire in public, the internet went up in flames. It was supposed to be Nicki's grand comeback. After months of silence, she was planning to reclaim the throne, remind the world who the real queen of rap was. Rumors had been swirling that she had a major expose ready to drop, something that would supposedly end Cardi B's career once and for all. But when the footage Nicki hinted at finally surfaced, everything changed. Instead of destroying Cardi, it ended up exposing something much darker about Nicki herself, and her fan base didn't see it coming. It all started when a mysterious post appeared on one of Nicki's burner accounts, teasing, "Y'all favorite fake queen been lying to y'all for years. Receipts dropping soon." The internet went wild. The Barbs were convinced Nicki had something that would shut Cardi down once and for all. But Cardi's fans, the Bardi gang, had fired right back, calling it another desperate attempt to stay relevant. Within hours, social media turned into a battlefield. Memes, old interviews, shady tweets, everything was on the table. What nobody expected was how far Nicki was actually willing to go. Behind the scenes, she was reportedly working with a few of her industry friends to leak footage of Cardi from back in her early days. But when the clip finally surfaced, fans immediately noticed something off. The timing, the editing, even the source. It didn't look like a random leak, and it looked planted. And the internet detectives wasted no time proving it. As fans dug deeper, they realized the clip came from a private account connected to one of Nicki's old producers, someone who had publicly criticized Cardi before. Suddenly, the story flipped. Instead of Cardi being the one exposed, the entire internet began accusing Nicki of orchestrating a fake scandal just to ruin another woman's image. Overnight, the hashtag #NickiExposed herself started trending, and what was meant to be Nicki's big revenge moment became one of her worst PR disasters yet. Meanwhile, Cardi stayed quiet, at least for a while. Her silence made people wonder if maybe Nicki did have something serious on her. But then, out of nowhere, Cardi dropped a late-night Instagram live that flipped the whole situation upside down. She didn't hold back. "I'm tired of people trying to play me," she said, her voice shaking with emotion. "I don't go around trying to destroy nobody's life, but y'all keep pushing me." She went on to call out people in the industry who pretend to be queens but act like high school bullies. She never said Nicki's name, but everyone knew who she meant. And that was enough. The internet blew up again, but this time, the sympathy wasn't with Nicki. Fans started to post side-by-side comparisons of the two. Cardi with her raw energy and honesty versus Nicki with her increasingly aggressive, defensive tone. The contrast was clear, and it wasn't flattering for Nicki. By the next morning, every major gossip page had picked it up. TMZ, The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, all covering the feud. But then things got even worse. A well-known industry insider revealed that Nicki had allegedly been threatening to expose Cardi for weeks behind the scenes. Apparently, she'd been telling certain producers and journalists that she had the truth about Cardi's rise and was just waiting for the right time to release it. When that claim came out, Nicki's credibility took another massive hit. Instead of looking like a legend protecting her crown, she started to look like someone obsessed with tearing down anyone who got close to her level. And her fans, the same ones who used to defend her no matter what, started to question everything. One longtime Barb even tweeted, "I love Nicki, but this ain't it. She used to be about the music. Now it's just drama and ego." Meanwhile, Cardi's team was quietly watching everything unfold. Insiders say her label had advised her not to directly engage, and that was a smart move. By staying calm while Nicki kept stirring the pot, Cardi came out looking like the more mature one. And when a leaked voice memo allegedly featuring Nicki arguing with her own manager surfaced online, fans completely lost it. In the clip, a woman believed to be Nicki could be heard shouting about taking back the spotlight and teaching Cardi a lesson. Even though the audio couldn't be confirmed, the timing was suspicious. The internet connected the dots. Nicki had been trying to play puppet master, and the strings snapped right in her hands. But this wasn't just about petty beef anymore. The fallout started to affect Nicki's career in real ways. Her upcoming collaboration was reportedly dropped by one major artist, who didn't want to be associated with ongoing drama. A few radio stations even quietly pulled one of her singles from rotation after the negative press. It was a massive shift. Nicki, once untouchable, now found herself fighting for respect all over again. Cardi, on the other hand, was thriving. She dropped a surprise freestyle that immediately went viral, with lyrics that fans swore were aimed straight at Nicki. "Trying to dig up dirt, but it's you who need the cleaning," she rapped. "Can't expose me when the truth's still gleaming." Within hours, the track was everywhere. Fans called it a masterclass in classy clapback. But the real twist came when Nicki tried to respond. She posted a long voice note on X saying people were turning her words against her, and that the media was trying to pit two successful women against each other. That might have worked once, but not this time. People weren't buying it anymore. Even some celebrity peers chimed in. One major female rapper tweeted, "Sometimes, the problem ain't the competition, it's the attitude." And fans instantly connected that to Nicki. Behind the scenes, Nicki's team was reportedly in panic mode. They knew her image had taken a huge hit, and they were trying to do damage control. Her publicist allegedly begged her to lay low, but Nicki being Nicki, she couldn't resist firing off more cryptic posts. And each one only made things worse. "You can't cancel the queen," she wrote one night. "I created half of these chicks." That one post alone reignited the feud, with fans calling it pure arrogance. Meanwhile, Cardi continued to win people over by being exactly who she is. Unapologetic, emotional, but real. She laughed off the drama, focused on her music, and even dropped a new collab that charted instantly. And while Cardi's numbers were climbing, Nicki's streaming stats began to dip. For the first time in her career, her relevance felt like it was slipping. The public had turned on her, not because she lost talent, but because she lost grace. Then came the breaking point. A fan account leaked private DMs allegedly from Nicki, where she called certain industry executives fake for supporting Cardi. Whether they were real or not didn't matter. The damage was done. Suddenly, everyone was talking about Nicki being bitter and jealous. Cardi didn't even have to say a word. Her fans did the talking for her. The internet had chosen a side, and it wasn't Nicki's. But here's where the story takes an unexpected emotional turn. Because behind all the chaos and shade, insiders close to Nicki revealed something heartbreaking. She wasn't angry just for fame. She felt left behind. After years of being at the top, seeing someone else take that spot was painful. Especially someone who came from a completely different background. Someone who had the raw authenticity that Nicki felt she was never allowed to have. She had built her career on perfection, the image, the bars, the visuals. But now the world was rewarding imperfection. And that stung. In one quiet moment, Nicki even admitted in an interview, "People love you until they don't. They build you up, then they cheer when you fall." It was raw, it was honest, and for the first time, fans started to see a glimpse of the old Nicki again. The one who fought for her place in a male-dominated industry, who broke barriers. That moment reminded everyone why they loved her in the first place. But by then, the damage was already done. The plan to expose Cardi had completely flipped on her. Instead of ruining someone else, she ended up exposing her own insecurities to the world. And even though she didn't mean for it to go that far, the internet never forgets. The memes, the tweets, the commentary, it all became part of the legacy of this messy chapter in her career. Messy chapter in her career. Cardi, meanwhile, walked away stronger than ever. She didn't just survive the feud, she used it to remind people of her resilience. In one later interview, she said, "I don't compete with nobody. I just work hard, that's it. If you don't like me, that's your problem." Simple words, but they hit hard. Fans saw that as the final word in the feud. The industry, too, started to shift. Instead of focusing on beef, more female artists began to speak up about unity and collaboration. Ironically, what started as another ugly internet feud ended up sparking a bigger conversation about women in hip-hop and how the industry loves to pit them against each other. As for Nicki, she's still a legend. Nobody can take that from her. But her actions reminded everyone that fame comes with a price. You can have the power, the money, the talent, but if you let bitterness take over, it can all crumble in an instant. And as fans look back on this chaotic chapter, one thing stands out. The feud that was meant to destroy Cardi B didn't end her career. It ended an era where Nicki ruled uncontested, where fear kept people from challenging her. Now the crown isn't on one head anymore. It's shared. The game changed, and deep down, maybe Nicki knows that's not a loss, it's evolution. But the irony remains. The queen who tried to expose another ended up exposing herself. And that's a twist nobody, not even her, saw coming.